The railways were built entirely for the advantages of the British. The official minute by the then Governor-General, Lord Dalhousie, in proposing bringing railways to India, actually laid out very clearly that what they wanted was, number one, a means to have an easier access to the hinterland, to extract raw materials, bring them to the ports, to ship them to England. It was part of the loot. And the secondary purpose would be to be able to send troops into rebellious portions of the country in order to quell them more easily. That was it. It was entirely about colonial extraction and colonial suppression. It had nothing to do with the benefit of the Indians, number one. Number two, the railways were built entirely on the backs of the Indians, with Indian taxes paying for every penny practically of the construction, whereas the profits entirely went to Britons living in England and buying shares in the railways and the stock exchange. It was the single most profitable investment in Britain in any London Stock Exchange transaction between 1845 and 1875 was to invest in the Indian railways. The railways were run entirely by the British. Indians did not even benefit in terms of employment, from the lowliest ticket collector to the substation masters. Everyone was white and British. Right up to the First World War. That's when a lot of young British men got killed in the trenches in Europe, and they suddenly needed to hire people, so they started hiring Indians, and mainly Anglo-Indians. And the routes were designed for British colonial purposes and were not designed to help, for example, Indian passengers to move. Indian passengers, but they were herded in like cattle. If you want, that was the original cattle class. It was wooden benches or none at all, people shoved in literally like animals, and yet they paid more in terms of the then prevailing national income. They had the highest and most expensive passenger tickets in the world, whereas the British companies using the same trains for freight had the lowest and cheapest freight rates in the world. Now, all this is amply researched and documented. For the British to claim the slightest credit for having done any good to India through the railways is arrant hypocrisy.